Good afternoon on what is a cold, bright and sunny day. It is Sunday the 7th of January and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a parcel to continue unboxing. So I've already pulled out of here Open Quest Dungeons, and the other thing I have here is Spirits of Manhattan, which is a supplement for Ace or the Awfully Cheerful Engine, and this is published by N Publishing, best known for Wine What's Old is New and the Judge Dredd in the Worlds of 2000 AD role-playing game and its supplements. So there's something strange going on. Strap on your anti-plasm particle thrower, grab your electromagnetic field detector and jump into your Ghostmobile. New York City needs your help. Battle ghostly creeps, phantasmal drakes, shriekers, slime buckets, and terror dogs. Play as a ghost or take up a career as a demonologist or an exorcist. Learn the skills of parapsychology, cryptozoology, and parazoology. And try not to do too much collateral damage. So, straight away, literally from, Spirits of Manhattan, the mention of an anti-plasm particle thrower, the costumes, what you're looking at, the green flowing ghosts, you're kind of going, isn't this a bit Ghostbusters? Let's have a look and find out. And the other thing is, that really does look like the Pope-mobile. So we open it up, and contents page. So Awfully Cheerful Engine is kind of like, it's like a light comedic cinematic kind of system, nothing too complex, and pretty much you pick this up and you're straight into the setting, which is remember 1984, the first book of the book is the overall setting, and then you've got an adventure which is Spirits of Manhattan, and the tone is all about essentially light comedic, sort of like horror, and bit of science thrown in, because essentially you're not Ghostbusters but you're ghost breakers. And to that we have the different occupations you can be. So you can be a ghost, or an exorcist, or an engineer, or a scientist, or a student, so on, a priest. And we've got a list of all the technology, so things like that's the anti-plasm binder, you've got your electric magnetic field detector, their EMT detector, as opposed to your EMP detector, your Ghostmobile up close, and this is a disused Range Rover Pope-mobile, originally made for the British visit of Pope John Paul II in 1982, and this is set in New York. I mean, it really feels as if it shouldn't be set in New York. And then we've got the spirit stopper, the anti-plasm particle thrower, backpack there, and notes on collateral damage. This is followed by Tobias's Guide to Ghosts, Spooks, and Spectres. Essentially, there's your field guide to what you're trying to capture. A bit like Tobin's Guide to Ghosts, Spooks, and Spectres, but not. And then we're talking about ghostly properties. We've got a list of all those down there, and demonic properties as well, because you're going to be dealing with demons. So, and it also comes with a ghostly glossary. And here we are. We've got the different monsters and so on that you might well be facing as a ghost breaker. So, demonkin, ghostly creeps, phantasmal drakes, grim reapers, shriekers, slime buckets, terror dogs, trickster spirits, and then we're straight into Spirits of Manhattan, which is the scenario. Act 1, who you're going to call, of course, Ghost Breakers. You've even got a table there for running the red lights, essentially when you've got to get somewhere going in a hurry. Quite a big table, actually, so things like roadworks, encountering a flatbed, glass. A couple of guys are carrying a huge sheet of glass across the street, ready to fit it across the store, and they're using those little sucker handles. So you've got a choice there. Either you try and divert around, or of course, in true action movie style, you drive straight through it, because that's what big plates of glass being crowded across the road are for. They're there to be driven through. Fruit carts, so on, avoiding nuns or ducks or a cat or a kid, etc. Wet works is essentially driving through that big sort of like, say, pool of concrete that the workmen have just laid. And then we'll move on to the first location, the first ghostly location, at which the ghost breakers are going to investigate and grab their first ghost. And we've also got scenes at the library, and an explanation there of the plot. So this is actually occurs a little bit way into the scenario. You know, what's really going on. And you've got a list of, I think that's basically all that's going to be, all these the ghostly NPCs there who are going to be the antagonists of the Ghostbreakers story. And we've got a nasty little ghost down there in the library. Moving on, and sort of like, you know, and a big demon that is in danger of being summoned, I'm sure. And then Act 2, we're in business, so presumably, you know, Ghostbreakers have found their feet. Now they're going to go proper ghost hunting, and they're going to be, basically got an NPC who's going to come in and essentially check on their progress. And cleaning up the city, you've got, well, different locations like the Glitzman Hotel, and Engine 30 Fire Station. These are sort of like submissions to do in between times, sort of like whilst the main plot is going on, I'm presuming, through red tape. Essentially, because, you know, they've got to sign for waivers for collateral damage, and then even heebie-jeebies, even a essentially music hangout at let's have a look. And it's got a ghostly drummer who always wants to perform. And then Act 3 moves on to heck with that. And you basically encounter Pure Protection of Undead Returned Entities, essentially a civil rights organisation for your ghosts, which might be interesting to investigate, especially if you're going for one of the options of the player characters, which is as a ghost. Actually, that'll be your special ability, Ghost. We've got a better picture of, let me see, where are we? Ghost in action, sorry, Pure in action, having a protest there. And essentially, you've got a plan of the, sort of like the Ghostbreakers headquarters. And I mean, this doesn't have to be set in Manhattan. It could easily be set anywhere. You could, you know, you've got a British Range Rover. It's going to look great. It's so, you know, easy work in London. And then Gates and Fates. So basically, getting towards like the big summoning of the events of the scenario. And it's denouement. And the problems grow. And essentially, you get down to sort of the end of the scenario, and then after that, you know, basically that brings in the scenario. You've got plot hooks, like Ghostbreakers 2, Ectoplasmic Boogaloo, Ghostbreakers 3, Through the Nether. So you've got quite detailed plot outlines there. You know, thumbnail descriptions, which like Ghostbreakers 4 seems like Teen Spirits and the Ghostbreakers project. So once your game master's finished running this scenario, she can go away and develop these into something a bit more to run again as a sequel, if you kind of enjoyed it the first time. And I think you will. I think this looks like a lot of fun, actually. You know, there isn't an official Ghostbusters role-playing game anymore. Hasn't been since sort of like 1989 or so on. Published by West End Games, designed by Chaosium, published in 1986. Big hit. First kind of really big comedic role-playing game, I suppose, based on an intellectual property, i.e. something else other than not developed within the industry. and was really well supported by West End Games. Worth tracking down if you can. Going to be expensive if you do. But in the meantime, since we don't have a Ghostbusters game, we've got a Ghostbreakers one, which is Spirits of Manhattan by End Publishing. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for watching another unboxing of the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package containing a book or game, role-playing game, which I'll unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. In the meantime, thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.